Dear beloved, your eyeballs are living reservoirs. Your perceptions live in pools of fluids that adjust your seeing to different frequencies. Pause, take a break for a few minutes throughout each day, soften your gaze, focus on and repeat words like positive, luck, dollars and riches until suggestions on positivity, luck, dollars and riches appear in your mind's eye and in your imagination. Beloved, let your eyes be at peace when you look at the world because your perception floats in a transparent ocean within your eyes. These fluids, the aqueous and vitreous humors, are biological substances that are sensitive and responsive to every frequency passing through them. Like a clear lake that takes on the color of the sky, your eyes take on the vibrations of whatever moves through them. As you inhale, your emotions rise gently from your heart, as a subtle current. It reaches your eyes, and passes through the fluid frequencies of your gaze, imprinting its vibrations like ripples across still waters forming your perception. If your emotions are calm, the waters of your eyes become smooth, reflective, and expansive. If your emotions are positive, the waters are positive. If your emotions are loving, the fluid softens, becomes luminous, and you begin to glow from within. Every affirmation you repeat, every feeling you nurture, every image you focus upon become vibrations moving through the fluid medium of your eyes. When you repeat a strong affirmation in a relaxed state of mind, I am rich, I am peaceful, I am guided, that frequency flows as a gentle wave through your eyeballs. Your perception harmonize with it, and reorganize your life as that vibration, just as water arranges itself around sound. What you frequently feel forms your sight. What you frequently focus upon forms your experiences. Whatever tone your inner waters feels becomes the lens through which you perceive reality. Through visual vibrations, your perception shifts. You are looking from a vibration. If your eyes are filled with gratitude, the world appears rich with possibility. If your eyes are filled with trust, the world appears supportive and intelligent. If your eyes are filled with peace, the world appears gentle, spacious, and alive. Rest in the awareness that your gaze is sacred fluid, a living medium that learns, adapts, and harmonizes with your feelings. In this realization, vision is prayer. Every look is an act of creation. Every glance is a tuning. Every moment of seeing is a silent agreement with the frequency you choose to embody. So, soften your gaze, repeat the word riches until suggestions on riches appears in your eyes, and remember, you see with your eyes, and what you feel becomes the world you perceive. Gently soften your eyes. Let your vision relax, as though you are looking through pools of light. Become aware that your eyes are living pools that are fluid, responsive, and intelligent. Within them rests the aqueous and vitreous humors, shimmering reservoirs that hold not only light, but vibrations, memories, and intelligence. Your eyeballs are sacred waters that are receiving, shaping, and transmitting frequencies. Just as water harmonizes to the tone of a singing bowl, the fluids of your eyes attune themselves to whatever emotional frequency you pass through them. Now bring your attention to your breath. As you inhale, feel gentle currents of emotions rising from your heart, as intentions for financial blessings. Let those feelings travel through your eyes, through the fluids of your gaze like a luminous stream. Visualize the word riches resting gently in your field of vision. Allow it to hover softly in your awareness. As you hold this word in your gaze, allow the vibrations to move through the watery currents of your eyes, harmonizing your perception to the frequency of riches. Waters aligns to sounds. Your eyes soften within this frequency. Your perception relaxes. Your field of vision widens. To feel gratitude, let it wash through your eyes like golden light. To feel trust, let it smooth the waters of your gaze. To feel positive, let it move across the fluids of your eyes like moonlight. With each breath, repeat, riches. Or affirmations like I look upon the world with gratitude. My gaze is aligned with prosperity. As you repeat affirmations, imagine them passing again and again through the fluid of your eyes. To deepen their imprint, strengthen their resonance, and tune your perception like a finely calibrated instrument. Over time, this repeated emotional frequency becomes the natural sight of your inner waters. Your eyes, when harmonize with riches, will perceive differently. You will notice opportunities. You will sense possibilities. You will feel the flow. This is the alchemy of fluids. Your eyes are not neutral observers of financial realities, they are active participants in shaping it. The vibrations you hold within your gaze filters, colors, and organizes what you see. Rest in this awareness for a moment. Perceived through peace and love when you see your work, your businesses or your bank accounts. Allow peace and love to be the new frequencies passing through your eyes and allow your eyes to harmonize with these emotional states. Choose your frequencies consciously. Let your gaze be filled with gratitude for what you have. Let your eyes bathe in the feelings of financial safety. Let your perception be filled with the frequencies of blessings. For as your inner waters harmonize with riches, the outer world will mirror that harmony back to you. And in this way, vision becomes creation. Seeing becomes receiving. Perception becomes provision. And your fluid gaze becomes a quiet, powerful prayer of financial blessings. As you soften your gaze, imagine the fluids of your eyes are like a still lake. Each feeling about money sends ripples through that lake. When you repeatedly feel gratitude for what you have, the waters of your eyes learn that tone, and your perception naturally begins to notice more reasons to be grateful. The golden frequency of riches. Hold the word riches gently in your field of vision. See it with feelings. As this vibration passes through the watery depths of your eyes, imagine the fluid glowing gold, slowly tuning itself to the frequency of prosperity. Seeing through prosperity, realize that you never look at money neutrally. Every glance passes through your inner waters. When those waters are calm, trusting, and expectant, your perception filters the world toward possibility. The ripple of repetition, like water that shapes itself around a constant sound, your eye fluids harmonize with whatever emotion you repeatedly send through them. Let the feeling of financial safety pass through your gaze again and again, deepening its imprint. The liquid lens of gratitude. Imagine your eyes becoming a lens made of liquid gratitude. Through this lens, even small financial blessings appear luminous: a paycheck, a bill paid, a meal purchased, all shimmering with meaning. The gaze of expectancy. Hold a gentle expectancy in your eyes, as though something good is about to arrive. Feel this expectancy travel through your eye fluids, arranging them into a receptive pattern that naturally notices opportunity. Let emotions of riches rise into your eyes and dissolve into the fluid there. The current of flow. Visualize your eye fluids as a flowing river. Each affirmation, money flows to me easily, moves like a gentle current, teaching your gaze to perceive financial flow. The harmonized mirror. Recognize that the world reflects the tone of your inner waters. When your eyes vibrate with peace about money, your experiences begin to mirror that peace back to you. The radiant gaze. Imagine light emanating from your eyes, carried by the fluid within them. This light is infused with your intention for financial blessing, subtly shaping how you meet people, situations, and opportunities. The memory of water. Contemplate that your eye fluids remember what you feel most often. When you repeatedly feel appreciation for your resources, that memory becomes your dominant way of seeing. The alchemy of perception. Understand that nothing about your bank account changes first, your gaze changes first. As your eye fluids harmonize with riches, your perception reorganizes reality around that vibration. The prayer of seeing turn every glance into a quiet prayer, I see blessing here. Feel that prayer pass through your eye fluids, subtly tinting everything you look upon with meaning and potential. The cleansing waters at the end of the day, imagine your eye fluids washing clean, releasing stress about money. As they clear, you awaken to a fresh perception rooted in trust. The fluid covenant of riches rests in the knowing that your eyes are sacred, living waters. Whatever frequency you covenant with emotionally becomes the world you perceive. Choose riches, and let your gaze become its dwelling place. The quiet lake of vision. Imagine your eyes as two quiet lakes of living water. Every feeling about money sends a ripple across them. As you repeatedly feel gratitude for what you have, the lakes learn this tone, and your perception naturally begins to mirror riches. The golden tone in the waters hold the word prosperity gently in your gaze. Feel its vibration travel through the aqueous and vitreous fluids. Visualize the water warming, glowing, and slowly tuning itself to the frequency of financial blessing. Seeing from within the flow, recognize that you see money first through your inner waters. When those waters are calm and trusting, your world appears safer, more generous, and full of possibility. The repetition that reshapes the fluid just as water reshapes itself around a constant sound, your eye fluids reshape around repeated affirmations. Each time you think I am financially supported, that tone passes through your gaze and deepens its imprint. The lens of liquid gratitude. Picture your eyes becoming a liquid lens made of gratitude. Through this fluid, even ordinary financial moments, paying a bill, receiving change, earning $1, shimmer with meaning and blessing. The expectant gaze. Let a gentle expectancy rest in your eyes, as though provision is already moving toward you. Feel that expectancy pass through your eye fluids, aligning them with receptivity. As the waters soften, your perception widens. The river of riches. Visualize your eye fluids as a flowing river rather than still water. Each affirmation, money flows to me easily, moves like a current, teaching your gaze to perceive movement and circulation. The harmonized mirror. Contemplate that the world reflects the tone of your inner waters. When your eyes vibrate with peace about money, situations begin to feel less pressured and more aligned. The radiant emission of the gaze. Imagine light streaming from your eyes, carried by the fluid within them. This light is infused with your intention for financial blessing, subtly influencing how you meet people and opportunities. The memory of the waters. Consider that your eye fluids remember your most frequent emotional states. When you repeatedly feel appreciation for your resources, that memory becomes your dominant way of seeing. The alchemy of perception. Realize that your outer finances need not change first, your gaze changes first. As your eye fluids harmonize with riches, your perception reorganizes reality around that vibration. The silent prayer of sight. Turn each glance into a quiet affirmation, I see blessing here. Feel that prayer move through your eye fluids, tinting everything you look upon with potential. The cleansing of the inner waters. At day's end, imagine your eye fluids washing clear, releasing stress about money. As they clear, your perception resets toward trust and openness. The covenant of the fluid gaze. Rest in the knowing that your eyes are sacred, responsive waters. Whatever frequency you repeatedly pass through them becomes the reality you perceive. Choose riches, and let your gaze become its dwelling place. The singing waters of the eye. As you soften your gaze, imagine the fluids of your eyes like two bowls of clear water. Every emotion about money is a sound passing through them. When you repeatedly let gratitude sing through your eyes, the waters learn that melody, and your world begins to look like a song of provision. The frequency of enough. Hold the feeling of enough gently in your eyes. Let it pass through the vitreous fluid like a warm current. As this frequency moves through you again and again, your perception begins to notice sufficiency. The ripple of riches. Picture a single drop of intention, I am financially blessed, falling into the fluid of your eyes. Watch the ripples spread outward, reorganizing your vision so that riches appears everywhere your gaze lands. The fluid memory of prosperity. Contemplate that your eye fluids remember what you feel most often. As you repeatedly allow joy around money to move through your gaze, that joy becomes the default tone of your seeing. The gentle tuning of perception, like water slowly reshaped by a steady sound, your inner waters are subtly tuned by your emotions. Each loving thought about your finances smooths the fluid of your eyes, making your perception clearer and kinder. The golden bath of the gaze. Imagine your eyes filling with liquid gold every time you affirm, money supports my life. This golden frequency passes through your fluid, teaching your gaze to expect blessing rather than struggle. The softening of finances. As the waters calm, your perception shifts from survival to safety. The flowing river of vision. Visualize your eye fluids as a river in constant motion. Each affirmation, provision is moving toward me, becomes a current that trains your gaze to see movement, opportunity, and circulation. The harmonized mirror of reality. Consider that your eyes are a mirror made of water. When that water vibrates with trust about money, reality reflects trust back to you in how it appears. The radiant emission of the eyes. Imagine your gaze as light traveling through fluid, carrying the frequency of riches into every interaction, every space, every opportunity you look upon. The luminous filter of gratitude. See your eye fluids as a luminous filter that only allows in what matches your emotional tone. As you bathe your gaze in gratitude, your world begins to appear filled with reasons to be grateful. The subtle reshaping of reality. Understand that your finances do not change first, your inner waters do. As your eye fluids harmonize with prosperity, your perception reorganizes what you notice, value, and pursue. The quiet prayer in every glance. Turn every look into a silent affirmation, I see blessing here. Feel that prayer pass through your eye fluids, gently coloring everything you observe. The cleansing of the inner waters. At the end of each day, imagine your eye fluids washing clean like a gentle tide, releasing worry about money and restoring clarity and trust. The sacred covenant of seeing. Rest in the knowing that your eyes are sacred, responsive waters. Whatever emotional frequency you repeatedly pass through them becomes the reality you perceive. Choose riches, and let your gaze become its dwelling place. The breathing of the inner waters. Feel your eyes as if they are gently breathing. With each inhale, imagine the fluid inside them expanding. With each exhale, let a feeling of financial peace pass through that fluid, teaching your gaze to see safety. The liquid choir of riches. Imagine the aqueous and vitreous humors as a choir of clear voices. Every time you affirm I am supported, a new harmony enters that choir, slowly tuning your perception toward provision. The warm current of wealth. Picture a warm current moving through your eye fluids whenever you feel gratitude about money. Over time, that warmth becomes familiar, and your vision begins to naturally seek what feels nourishing and prosperous. The soft sculpting of vision, like water gradually shaping stone, your repeated emotions about finances slowly sculpt the inner fluid of your eyes. Let kindness toward your resources become the gentle artist of your perception. The shimmering veil of expectancy. Hold a quiet expectancy in your gaze, as if something beneficial is always approaching. Let that feeling ripple through your eye fluids, subtly tinting everything you see with promise. The cleansing tide of gratitude. Visualize a tide moving through your eyes. As the fluid clears, your perception brightens, revealing opportunities you previously overlooked. The resonant pool of provision. Imagine your eyes as two resonant pools. Each affirmation about riches sends a vibration across them, aligning your inner waters with the rhythm of receiving. The liquid bridge between heart and sight. Feel your heart's emotions about money traveling upward and dissolving into your eye fluids. As this bridge strengthens, your seeing becomes an extension of your feeling. The radiant filter of prosperity. Picture your eye fluids as a radiant filter that only allows in what matches your emotional tone. As you cultivate appreciation, your world appears richer. Watch it settle and soften within the fluid, leaving your perception clearer and steadier. The luminous droplet of intention. Imagine dropping a single thought, "I am financially blessed," into the fluid of your eyes. See how its light spreads, reorganizing your vision around that truth. The gentle rhythm of flow. Visualize your eye fluids moving in a rhythmic pulse. With each pulse, repeat silently, "Money flows toward me." Let that rhythm become your natural way of seeing. The mirror made of water. Contemplate that your eyes are mirrors made of living water. When that water vibrates with trust about money, reality appears more cooperative and generous. The quiet alignment of the gaze. Rest in stillness and notice how your eyes subtly align with whatever you feel most strongly. Choose peace about your finances and feel that alignment settle into your vision. The sacred tuning of sight. Recognize that your eyes are sacred, responsive fluids. Whatever emotional frequency you repeatedly pass through them becomes the world you perceive. Let riches be the tone your gaze learns to sing. The hidden ocean behind the eyes. Imagine that behind your pupils lies a quiet inner ocean. Every feeling about money is a tide moving through it. When gratitude becomes your steady tide, your vision naturally begins to look like a shoreline of blessing. The subtle distillation of riches. Picture your eye fluids as a clear vessel slowly distilling whatever emotion flows through them. As you repeatedly pass appreciation through your gaze, your inner waters become purified toward prosperity. The luminous droplet of enough. See a single luminous droplet labeled enough entering your eye fluid. Watch it dissolve, spreading its light until your perception harmonizes. The resonant bowl of sight. Imagine your eyes as two crystal bowls of liquid. Each affirmation, "I am provided for," rings like a bell through that liquid, gradually attuning your vision to safety and support. The gentle saturation of wealth. Visualize your eye fluids slowly saturating with a warm, amber glow every time you feel trust about money. Over time, this saturation becomes your natural way of seeing. The quiet stirring of opportunity. Imagine a soft spoon stirring the fluid of your eyes whenever you feel hopeful about finances. That gentle motion keeps your perception open, receptive, and alert to possibility. The glass of living water. See your eyes as two glasses filled with living water. Whatever emotional flavor you pour in, love or gratitude, becomes the taste through which you experience financial reality, leaving your perception clearer and lighter. The ripple map of provision. Picture a map of ripples forming in your eye fluids every time you affirm riches. Over time, these ripples create a pattern that guides your attention toward opportunity. The liquid archive of blessing. Contemplate that your eye fluids store a quiet archive of your most repeated emotions. As you consistently feel appreciation for your resources, that archive becomes a library of blessing. The warm spring of prosperity. Imagine a warm spring bubbling up inside your eyes whenever you feel peace about money. That warmth gently reshapes your gaze toward kindness and flow. The silent calibration of vision. Like a finely tuned instrument, your eye fluids subtly recalibrate with every emotion you pass through them. Choose calm about finances and feel your perception come into balance. The shifting color of the waters. See your eye fluids changing color based on your emotions, gray with worry, gold with gratitude. As you dwell in appreciation, your world begins to appear bathed in gold. The liquid threshold of receiving. Imagine your eyes as two thresholds made of fluid. Every affirmation about riches widens that threshold, allowing more blessing to enter your field of awareness. The sacred reservoir of seeing rests in the knowing that your eyes are sacred reservoirs. Whatever emotional frequency you repeatedly pass through them becomes the reality you perceive. Let riches be the vibration your gaze keeps. Imagine your eyes as two luminous pools of living water, gently breathing with every thought. As you repeat, riches flows to me, the frequency moves like a ripple through the fluid of your gaze, softening your perception until you begin to see the world as already rich. Feel the vitreous humor within your eyes like a sacred ocean. As you hold the emotion of gratitude, that ocean begins to shimmer, aligning your sight with opportunities that were always there, but now appear illuminated. Contemplate how each affirmation you speak is like a sound passing through water. When you say, "I am financially blessed," your inner fluids vibrate in harmony, and your vision naturally filters toward prosperity. Picture your gaze as a current of flowing light. When you look with calm confidence, that current passes through the fluid of your eyes, tuning your perception to recognize value, growth, and increase. Breathing soften your eyes, and the fluid within them melt into trust. As it does, your perception opens to financial possibilities. See your eyes as crystalline reservoirs that remember every emotion you feed them. When you repeatedly infuse them with the feeling of riches, they become vessels that reflect wealth back to you. As you look at the world, imagine your gaze gently broadcasting your inner state. When that state is joy and expectancy, your ocular fluids harmonize, and your environment begins to mirror that vibration. Contemplate the idea that your perception is fluid. With each affirmation of prosperity, your inner waters rearrange themselves, shaping a new way of seeing money, value, and opportunity. Feel how patience slows your gaze, like still water becoming clear. In that clarity, you begin to perceive financial pathways that were previously invisible. Imagine pouring the feeling of wealth into your eyes like warm golden light. As it mixes with your inner fluids, your vision becomes tinted with possibility, expansion, and increase. Consider that every time you gaze with appreciation, you are subtly tuning your internal waters. Over time, your perception becomes naturally aligned with riches. Picture your eyes as resonant bowls filled with liquid light. When you speak affirmations of prosperity, the vibration causes gentle waves that align your awareness with financial blessing. Observe how your emotions move through your body and rise into your eyes. When those emotions are hopeful and grateful, your ocular fluids harmonize, and your world appears more generous. Contemplate that your gaze is a creative force. As you consistently look with faith in riches, your inner fluids become calibrated to attract and recognize prosperity. Imagine your eyes as two sacred springs. When you fill them daily with affirmations of wealth, peace, and gratitude, they overflow into your life as financial blessing. Imagine your eyeballs as two luminous bowls of living water, quietly breathing with every thought. As you feel the emotion of riches, that feeling moves like a gentle frequency through your gaze, causing the inner waters to harmonize, and suddenly the world appears richer than before. Contemplate how every affirmation you speak does not only enter your mind but travels like a wave through the fluid of your eyes. As the words "I am financially blessed" pass through this liquid medium, your perception subtly reshapes itself to match that vibration. Feel the vitreous humor inside your eyes like a deep, sacred ocean. When you gaze with gratitude, the ocean begins to shimmer in resonance, filtering your perception toward opportunities that align with your inner state of appreciation. Picture your gaze as a stream of flowing light moving through water. When your emotions are calm and expectant of prosperity, that stream harmonizes the inner fluids of your eyes, attuning your vision to riches. Soften your eyes, breathe, and feel the inner fluids relax, allowing your perception to become receptive to financial flow. Imagine that your eyes remember every emotional frequency you repeatedly pass through them. When you consistently hold feelings of wealth and gratitude, your gaze becomes a reservoir tuned to prosperity. Contemplate that your eyes are vibrational chambers. As you hold affirmations of success within your gaze, the inner fluids resonate and begin to project that frequency into your experience. Visualize your eyeballs as crystalline lenses filled with moving light. Each time you feel riches, the light within these fluids rearranges itself, shaping a new, more prosperous way of seeing the world. Feel how patience slows your gaze, like still water becoming clear. In that clarity, your inner fluids harmonize with calm confidence, allowing you to perceive financial pathways that were previously hidden. Imagine pouring golden light into your eyes as you breathe in the feeling of wealth. As that light blends with the inner fluids, your perception becomes tinted with possibility, expansion, and increase. Consider that every moment you look at the world with appreciation is a moment of vibrational tuning. Over time, your eyes naturally harmonize with riches. Picture your gaze as a resonant bowl of liquid light. When you repeat affirmations of prosperity, gentle ripples move through your inner waters, aligning your perception with financial blessing. Notice how strong emotions rise from your heart into your eyes. When those emotions are hopeful and grateful, the fluid medium of your eyes resonates, and reality begins to mirror that harmony. Contemplate that your gaze is creative. As you consistently look with faith in riches, your inner ocular fluids become calibrated to recognize and attract prosperity. Imagine your eyes as two sacred springs of perception. When you daily infuse them with feelings of wealth, peace, and gratitude, those harmonized waters overflow into your lived experience as financial blessing. Imagine your eyes as two sacred pools of living water. Every time the feeling of riches moves through you, it passes like a gentle current through these inner waters, smoothing them, aligning them, and slowly teaching your gaze to see prosperity everywhere it looks. Contemplate that your emotions are invisible tones, and your eyes are the resonant fluid that receives them. When you repeatedly feel grateful for money, that gratitude vibrates through your gaze until your perception naturally bends toward opportunity. Picture your eyeballs as clear vessels filled with shimmering liquid light. When you speak, "I am financially blessed," that vibration travels through the fluid, leaving behind ripples that recalibrate how you perceive the world. Notice how worry tightens your vision like frozen water. Now breathe, soften your eyes, and feel the inner fluids thaw, allowing a frequency of trust and riches to flow freely through your gaze. Imagine that every thought you dwell on is like a tuning fork striking the watery medium of your eyes. When the tone is wealth and gratitude, the fluid harmonizes, and your world begins to look wealth-friendly. Consider that your gaze is saturated with whatever emotional frequency you carry most often. As you practice feeling rich, your inner ocular waters slowly become calibrated to prosperity. Visualize your eyes as two deep wells of perception. Each affirmation of financial blessing pours like warm light into those wells, gradually changing the color and quality of how you see reality. Contemplate that the vitreous humor inside your eyes remembers repetition. When you repeatedly feel secure about money, that security imprints itself into your fluid perception like a gentle but permanent wave pattern. Feel how joy about wealth moves upward from your heart into your eyes. As it passes through the fluid, your gaze becomes lighter, brighter, and more open to receiving. Imagine looking at the world through water that has been harmonized with gratitude. Suddenly, and riches becomes the natural foreground of your vision. See your eyes as vibrational instruments filled with liquid resonance. When you hold strong emotions of faith in financial increase, those emotions pass through the fluid and retune your perception to possibility. Contemplate that every repeated affirmation is like a musical note traveling through water. Over time, your inner ocular fluids learn the song of prosperity and your vision begins to sing with it. Picture your gaze as a river that carries your emotional frequency outward. When that river is filled with riches, everything you look upon reflects that same current back to you. When you look with trust in financial blessing, the fluid calms, and in that calm, clarity and opportunity appear. Imagine your eyes as two sacred chalices of perception. Each day you pour into them the feeling, money flows easily to me, and watch as your harmonized vision begins to reveal a world that matches that truth. Consider that your eyes are liquid mirrors of your inner state. Each time the feeling of riches passes through you, it moves like a warm current through the fluid of your gaze, slowly teaching your perception to recognize prosperity as natural. Imagine your eyeballs as two transparent oceans of awareness. When the frequency of gratitude for money repeatedly flows through them, the waters settle into that rhythm, and your vision begins to reveal opportunity. Contemplate that every emotion you dwell upon is like a musical vibration traveling through water. When that emotion is confidence in wealth, your inner ocular fluid learns that melody and harmonizes with it. Picture the vitreous humor as a sacred reservoir of light-filled water. Each affirmation of financial blessing sends ripples through this reservoir, gradually reshaping how you perceive your financial reality. Soften, breathe, and let the fluid of your eyes calm, allowing the gentle frequency of riches to flow freely. Imagine that your gaze carries whatever emotional tone you most frequently feel. As you repeatedly feel prosperous, your eyes become saturated with that frequency, and the world begins to look prosperous in return. Contemplate that your eyes are vibrating pools of perception. When you hold strong emotions of financial faith, those emotions pass through the fluid and retune your sight toward possibility. Visualize your inner eye fluid as a living, intelligent medium that responds to repetition. Each time you affirm, money flows to me, that vibration imprints itself deeper into your gaze. Imagine looking through water that has been harmonized with wealth. Suddenly, paths of riches appear clearer and brighter. Consider that your eyes remember the frequency you feed them most often. When you repeatedly feel thankful for your finances, that gratitude becomes the dominant resonance of your perception. Picture your gaze as a gentle river that carries your emotional frequency outward. When that river flows with riches, everything it touches reflects that same current back to you. Contemplate that your ocular fluids act like a tuning fork of perception. When you strike them with the vibration of financial trust, they begin to hum in harmony with prosperity. Imagine that your affirmations are like drops of golden light falling into the fluid of your eyes. Over time, these drops accumulate, transforming your entire way of seeing into one of riches. Now breathe warmth into your gaze, letting the fluid soften and align with the steady frequency of financial peace. Envision your eyes as two sacred chalices filled with luminous water. Each day you pour into them the feeling, I am financially blessed, and watch as your harmonized perception reveals a world that mirrors that truth. Imagine your eyeballs as two quiet pools of water. Each time the feeling of riches flows through you, a gentle ripple moves across these inner waters, slowly teaching them the rhythm of prosperity. Contemplate that your gaze is liquid. Whatever emotion you repeatedly pour through it leaves a subtle imprint, just as a stream shapes the bed it travels over. Picture your inner eye fluid as responsive, like still water that begins to vibrate when a steady tone is played nearby. When that tone is financial faith, your perception gradually tunes to opportunity. Notice how worry feels like choppy waves in your inner waters. Now soften your breath and let the fluid of your eyes calm, allowing the smoother frequency of riches to pass through. Imagine that every affirmation of "I am financially blessed" travels upward like warm light, dissolves into your gaze, and gently retunes the liquid medium of your sight. Consider that your eyes do not simply receive the world, they absorb the emotional color you project. When that color is gratitude for money, your vision slowly becomes tinted with possibility. Visualize your ocular fluids as a resonant chalice. Each time you feel confident about your finances, that confidence rings through the chalice like a clear bell. Contemplate that repetition is like frequency passing again and again through water. The more often riches passes through your gaze, the more your perception harmonizes with it. Imagine looking through water that has been infused with the feeling of security. In that softened vision, pathways of provision come into focus. Picture your emotions as currents moving through the fluid of your eyes. When the current is trust in wealth, your sight begins to drift naturally toward resources and solutions. Reflect on how your gaze becomes what you feel most often. As you consistently feel thankful for your finances, your inner waters learn gratitude as their dominant tone. Envision your eyeballs as transparent instruments being tuned. Each affirmation of prosperity tightens the strings of perception toward a harmonious pitch. Imagine that your feelings are like color dissolving into water. When the color is riches, your entire field of vision slowly takes on that luminous hue. Now breathe warmth into your eyes and let the fluid align with financial peace. Contemplate that every moment you look at the world, your inner waters are quietly vibrating. Choose, again and again, the gentle frequency of financial blessing, and watch how your perception begins to mirror it. Imagine your eyeballs as pools of clear water. Each time you feel riches or repeat the affirmation "I am prosperous," the fluid within vibrates, tuning your perception to see opportunities where once there was none. Contemplate that your gaze is a river of energy. Strong emotions of financial gratitude flow through it, leaving gentle ripples that harmonize your inner waters with wealth consciousness. Visualize the vitreous humor of your eyes as liquid crystal, sensitive to the vibrations of your affirmations. As you repeat "money flows to me," the fluid subtly tunes itself, aligning your perception with riches. Notice how focusing your eyes on a symbol of prosperity, coins, notes, or numbers, while feeling gratitude allows your inner fluids to encode that vibration, radiating wealth outward through your gaze. Each time you hold joy in your heart while looking at the world, the aqueous humor in your eyes begins to harmonize, coloring your vision with the frequency of financial blessing. Reflect on the idea that perception is not passive. The fluid within your eyes is a receptive medium. Whatever emotional frequency is held there most often will shape the reality you perceive. Imagine your affirmations as light passing through water. The more often they pass through the liquid medium of your eyes, the more your inner waters learn the melody of wealth, creating resonance that attracts resources. Feel your gaze as a vibrating lens, where confidence and financial faith ripple through your ocular fluids, slowly transforming your perception so you notice riches everywhere. When affirmations of prosperity and joy flow through your gaze, your inner fluids harmonize your vision with new streams of financial possibility. Contemplate that your eyes act like tuning forks, their watery mediums vibrating in tune with your strongest emotions. As you focus on gratitude for financial blessings, your sight becomes aligned with success. Imagine the act of looking as an intimate collaboration between your thoughts, emotions, and ocular fluids. Strong, repeated affirmations pass through, imprinting the resonance of wealth deep into your perception. Consider how intention acts like a current in the fluid of your eyes. With every focused breath on affirmations like "I am financially free," the current strengthens, harmonizing your gaze with opportunities. Reflect on your eyes as liquid instruments capable of reflecting your inner vibration. When your gaze holds hope and belief in riches, even the world's challenges are refracted into pathways of prosperity. Contemplate the ripple effect. As your ocular fluids harmonize with financial affirmations, your perception of people, situations, and possibilities shifts, allowing serendipity and aligned opportunities to appear naturally. Rest in the awareness that your eyes are conduits of resonance. Each moment you choose to look with gratitude, faith, and affirmation, your internal fluids harmonize with wealth, and the world mirrors that harmony back to you. Imagine your eyeballs as pools of crystal clear water. Each time a thought of riches passes through them, the fluid within ripples in resonance, attuning your perception to notice new opportunities for wealth. Contemplate your gaze as a river of frequency. When gratitude flows through your eyes repeatedly, the liquid medium harmonizes, aligning your vision with prosperity and ease. Picture the vitreous humor in your eyes as a delicate gel, capable of carrying vibration. When affirmations like "I am financially rich" pass through, your inner waters begin to echo that frequency. Notice that every emotion of joy or hope you carry while looking at the world becomes a gentle current in your ocular fluid, reshaping how you see wealth and success around you. Visualize your eyes as liquid crystals, sensitive to the energies you hold. Repeating affirmations of financial blessing pours that energy into the fluid, gradually tinting your perception with riches. Reflect on how your gaze absorbs the emotional color you project. When your eyes are filled with confidence and gratitude, your inner waters record the tone, and the world appears in harmony with it. Imagine your affirmations as sunlight passing through water. The more frequently they pass through the fluid of your eyes, the more your vision becomes radiant with opportunity and financial flow. See your ocular fluids as resonant instruments. Each time you hold faith in financial expansion, the water vibrates, amplifying your inner perception toward success. Every time you breathe and repeat riches-focused affirmations, your ocular fluids are stirred and harmonize with wealth frequencies. Picture your eyes as tuning forks, their liquid core vibrating with your strongest emotions. Gratitude and faith in financial blessing create waves that transform your visual field into a landscape of possibility. Imagine that every gaze is an act of transmission. When you look at the world while feeling rich, your inner fluids act as a medium, broadcasting prosperity and aligning perception with wealth. Contemplate that intention flows like a current through the fluids of your eyes. Each breath paired with affirmations of financial freedom strengthens the current, harmonizing your perception with opportunity. Reflect on your inner eye fluid as a living mirror. When your gaze carries hope and joy for wealth, even challenges and obstacles reflect back as lessons and pathways to prosperity. Visualize each affirmation passing through your eyes as a ripple spreading across still water. With repetition, the waters of your perception adopt the frequency of riches, drawing circumstances in alignment. Rest in the awareness that your gaze is a conduit of resonance. Each moment you hold your eyes and mind in gratitude, faith, and affirmations, your inner fluids vibrate in harmony with financial blessing, and the world mirrors that riches back to you. Imagine the fluids of your eyes as crystalline pools. When affirmations of riches flow through them, the watery medium vibrates in harmony, tuning your perception to see wealth in unexpected places. Contemplate your gaze as a river of energy. Every time gratitude passes through your eyes, it ripples across the fluid, aligning your vision with opportunities for financial growth. Visualize the vitreous humor as a resonant chamber. Strong emotions of joy and affirmation pulse through it, creating waves that transform how you see financial possibilities. Recognize that your eyes are active instruments. When you hold hope and certainty in your gaze, the aqueous fluid harmonizes, allowing your mind to perceive riches everywhere. Imagine each affirmation as sunlight passing through liquid. Repeatedly directing phrases like "I am prosperous" through your inner fluids, your eyes begin to refract the world in prosperity-colored light. Each moment of financial gratitude or faith flows through your ocular fluids, and harmonize your vision with opportunity. Reflect on how your inner fluids act like tuning forks. Vibrations of wealth-focused emotions reverberate through the eyes, adjusting your perception to detect and attract aligned financial circumstances. Picture your gaze as a bridge between heart and world. Emotions of riches pass through your eyes, broadcasting a frequency that resonates with wealth and opens doors of prosperity. Contemplate the ripple effect. A single, focused gaze imbued with affirmation sends waves across the watery medium, aligning not only perception but also the flow of resources around you. Visualize your eyes as pools that absorb and reflect energy. When gratitude and belief in financial blessings saturate them, your perception naturally tunes to notice wealth and opportunity everywhere. Imagine the liquid in your eyes as intelligent and responsive. Each time you hold a strong affirmation while looking at the world, your inner fluids resonate, shaping the patterns of riches in your environment. Consider your ocular fluids as conduits of frequency. With each gaze of faith and riches, the watery medium harmonizes, and the external world mirrors your internal financial vibration. Reflect on the intimate connection between emotion, affirmation, and perception. When you see through the lens of prosperity, your fluid eyes record this resonance and guide your mind to aligned action. Imagine every look as an opportunity to tune your inner waters. Each thought, feeling, and affirmation that passes through your gaze strengthens the vibrational alignment with financial blessings. Rest in awareness that your eyes are fluid instruments of perception. Each moment spent in gratitude, faith, and riches harmonizes your internal waters, and the world responds, reflecting financial blessings back to you. Imagine your eyes as clear pools of water. Each time you breathe in gratitude and affirm riches, the liquid within harmonizes with that vibration, tuning your perception to notice wealth around you. Contemplate that each strong emotion, joy, hope, faith, flows through your ocular fluids, shaping how you perceive opportunities and allowing prosperity to reflect in your reality. Visualize the vitreous humor as a receptive gel. When affirmations like "I am financially blessed" pass through it repeatedly, your inner waters begin to echo that frequency, aligning your perception with riches. Recognize that your gaze is not passive. Holding belief in financial expansion allows your ocular fluids to carry that energy outward, attracting circumstances in harmony with it. With every repetition of an riches affirmation, the fluid within your eyes stirs and vibrates and open your perception to new possibilities. Reflect on the idea that your eyes are resonant instruments. The vibrations of hope, confidence, and wealth-focused intention ripple through your fluids, adjusting the lens through which you see financial opportunities. Imagine each affirmation as sunlight passing through water. The more frequently it flows through your ocular fluid, the more your perception refracts reality in rich tones. Consider your gaze as a conduit of energy. Each moment of faith or gratitude passes through your eyes, broadcasting a resonance that draws prosperity toward you. Visualize each strong emotion as a pebble dropped into the pool of your eye fluid. The ripples spread, subtly reshaping your perception and attracting experiences aligned with riches. Reflect on the ocular fluid as a living mirror. When you hold wealth-focused emotions and affirmations in your gaze, the fluid records this resonance, influencing the way the external world appears to you. Contemplate the ripple effect. Repeated affirmations pass through your eyes like a current, gradually harmonizing your perception so that financial blessings become more visible and accessible. Imagine that the liquid in your eyes is intelligent and responsive. Each time you see the world through faith and riches, it vibrates in alignment, reshaping the lens through which opportunity is perceived. Consider your gaze as a bridge between your inner belief and the material world. When the fluids in your eyes resonate with riches, they broadcast a frequency that draws aligned circumstances toward you. Visualize your ocular fluid as tuning forks. Every repetition of gratitude or affirmation sets a tone within your perception, transforming how you interpret financial challenges and opportunities. Rest in the awareness that your eyes are fluid instruments of perception. By consistently holding affirmations of wealth, faith, and gratitude, the fluid within your gaze harmonizes with riches, and the world mirrors that prosperity back to you. Picture your eyes as pools of clear water. Every time you feel gratitude for money flowing into your life, the ocular fluids resonate, aligning your perception with financial opportunities. When affirming "I am rich," imagine the words traveling through the fluids of your eyes, vibrating in harmony, and transforming your gaze into a magnet for prosperity. Feel your joy and financial faith pass through your eyes. The watery lenses capture the vibration, subtly harmonizing how you see wealth and resources in your world. Visualize each strong emotion of hope or gratitude as a ripple in the ocular fluid. The ripple spreads, adjusting your perception to recognize hidden streams of riches. Contemplate your gaze as a conduit of energy. When focused on affirmations like "I am financially blessed," the liquid medium of your eyes broadcasts that vibration outward, attracting aligned circumstances. Repeatedly passing affirmations of wealth through your ocular fluid stirs it, creating a resonant current that draws opportunities toward you. Your vitreous humor holds memory and resonance. Every visualization of financial success leaves an imprint in this fluid, shaping your inner lens to recognize and receive prosperity. Consider your gaze as a tuning fork. Strong, repeated affirmations of riches set the ocular fluid to the frequency of wealth, and the world appears as a reflection of that resonance. Imagine your eyes as living mirrors. When you hold gratitude for money and resources, the fluid within reflects opportunities back to you, amplifying financial blessings in your perception. Each breath of belief in financial expansion flows through your eyes, vibrating in the aqueous and vitreous humors, turning your perception into a channel for monetary growth. Contemplate your gaze as fertile water. With every affirmation of riches, seeds of opportunity are sown, and your eyes perceive pathways to prosperity that were previously unseen. Imagine every strong financial emotion you hold passing through your ocular fluid like a stream of light. The frequency harmonizes, and your inner lens begins to see wealth in subtle forms. Picture your gaze as fluid energy. Each repetition of "I am prosperous" or "I am rich" resonates in your eye fluid, broadcasting a signal that draws financial blessings toward you. Reflect that perception is not passive, it is shaped by the resonance of your ocular fluids. The more you hold positive financial emotions in your gaze, the more the world aligns with those vibrations. Rest in the awareness that your eyes are instruments of riches. When harmonized with strong emotions and affirmations, the fluid medium transforms perception, turning your gaze into a magnet for financial blessing. Imagine your eyes as pools of living water. Every time you feel gratitude for your financial blessings, the ocular fluids resonate, aligning your perception with new opportunities for wealth. Contemplate that each affirmation of riches, when held in your gaze, flows through the fluid of your eyes, harmonizing your inner perception with prosperity. Visualize joy and faith passing through your vitreous humor, stirring the waters within, and allowing you to perceive the world as rich and full of opportunity. Recognize that your gaze carries energy. When you focus on financial success, the fluid medium of your eyes broadcasts that resonance, attracting wealth in ways seen and unseen. With each repeated affirmation of riches, the fluid within your eyes stirs and vibrates, harmonizing your vision to recognize prosperity. Your ocular fluid is a resonant chamber. When charged with emotions of financial confidence, it tunes your perception to notice doors of opportunity previously hidden. See your affirmations of wealth as sunlight passing through water. Each repetition strengthens the fluid's resonance, refracting your perception toward financial blessing. Contemplate that your eyes are living mirrors. When filled with hope and positive expectation, the fluid within reflects back riches, making opportunities clearer to see. Imagine your gaze as a river of energy. Each strong financial intention carried through your eyes flows outward, harmonizing with external circumstances and attracting aligned outcomes. Feel the liquid within your eyes as intelligent and responsive. Each moment you breathe in gratitude and affirm riches, the fluids vibrate, turning your perception into a magnet for wealth. Visualize each affirmation of prosperity dropping into the fluid of your eyes like a pebble into water. Ripples extend through your perception, revealing unseen financial pathways. Your ocular fluid is a tuning fork. Repeating affirmations of wealth and security sets it to the frequency of financial blessing, reshaping the lens through which you see your world. See your eyes as conduits for riches. The emotions and affirmations you hold in your gaze send signals to your environment, drawing experiences and resources that reflect prosperity. Contemplate perception as fluid. The more your ocular liquids resonate with positive financial emotion, the more the world itself seems to mirror opportunities for growth and income. Rest in the awareness that your eyes are instruments of riches. When harmonized with faith, gratitude, and affirmations, the fluid within transforms perception, aligning your reality with financial blessing. When gratitude flows through the watery chambers of your eyes, your perception harmonizes with prosperity, revealing opportunities that were always present but previously unseen. Every affirmation of wealth held in your gaze stirs the vitreous fluid, turning your eyes into resonant instruments that broadcast riches to your reality. Imagine your ocular fluids as receptive waters. Each time you feel joy for financial security, the eyes ripple with that vibration, aligning your inner vision with fortune. Your gaze is a conduit for wealth energy. Strong emotions of confidence and financial faith flowing through your eyes create harmonics that attract resources and opportunities. See each affirmation of financial blessing as a drop falling into the pool of your eyes. Ripples extend through perception, tuning your experience to recognize riches everywhere. Contemplate that the fluids in your eyes are alive and responsive. Repeated focus on prosperity resonates through them, making your world appear rich with possibility. When you visualize riches with unwavering faith, the aqueous humor carries that frequency, allowing your perception to scan reality for aligned opportunities. The liquid within your eyes mirrors the vibrations you hold. By cultivating emotions of generosity and financial joy, your fluid gaze amplifies blessings back to you. When affirmations of wealth flow through your eyes, they awaken movement, harmonizing your vision with possibilities for income and growth. Each time you breathe in confidence and exhale gratitude, the watery medium of your eyes resonates, creating a lens that naturally filters for prosperity. Imagine the vitreous fluid as a tuning fork. The more you vibrate with strong financial intention, the more the eyes project and attract aligned wealth frequencies. When your gaze holds hope and expectation, your ocular fluid transmits that resonance outward, magnetizing experiences, partnerships, and resources that match your vision. Picture your affirmations flowing like currents through your eyes, stirring the internal waters until your perception becomes attuned to the rhythm of financial blessing. The watery chambers of the eyes do not merely reflect light, they hold intention. By focusing on riches, they become a mirror for prosperity in your life. Rest in the knowing that your eyes, filled with fluid and intention, are instruments of manifestation. When harmonized with faith, gratitude, and affirmation, they shape the financial reality you perceive.